Chris Bishop.
Did you say me?
Yes, I do.
Oh, sorry, couldn't hear you through the microphone. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Look, it's a pleasure to speak on the estimates for Vote Parliamentary Council. And this is a little noticed part of the important justice portfolio, and we did a thorough job investigating the estimates for this. And in particular, I want to make mention of the what is known in the legislative lexicon as the ASIP project, which is the Access to Subordinate Instruments project. Now, some of my colleagues regularly mock me for the interest and pleasure that I show amongst them for the importance of the regulations review process and the importance of this particular project, because this project that the Parliamentary Council Office is implementing is a fundamental part of the rule of law. And it actually comes out of the important work that the Regulations Review Committee did in the last Parliament, chaired by the Honourable Marion Street, which recommended that the government move towards having a register of delegated legislation. And many people watching or listening tonight will not know that there are vast swathes of bodies in the public sector in New Zealand that can make rules and regulations and bylaws and issue notices and issue all sorts of what's sometimes called tertiary legislation, often referred to as subordinate instruments, but that have the effect of impacting on people's lives. Now, obviously, some of these bodies are things like the Ministry of Social Development, we've got the police, obviously, but things like the Institute of Valuers, things like the Dietitians Board, things like the Chiropractic Board, things like the Nursing Council, across the broad sweep of New Zealand society and the public sector, we have all of these agencies which, to be honest, sir, sometimes are not that well equipped to cope with the making of these laws, all these regulations, all these delegated instruments. And what the Regulations Review Committee found in the last Parliament, and we've continued this work in the 51st Parliament, is that it is very hard often to find these rules. It's hard to find these instruments, it's hard to examine them, and that's actually our job on the Regulations Review Committee, is to examine them and to make sure that they are vires, they're empowering legislation, and that these agencies are acting in accordance with the rule of law. And so what the ASIP project is doing is going to sort this out. So when it's complete, and it's going to take a bit of time, because as I said, there's a lot of agencies and there's a lot of pieces of tertiary legislation, but when it's complete, there will be a place that New Zealanders can go to not just find Acts of Parliament, which is what we have now, not just find regulations, but they'll be able to find all of those subordinate instruments. And actually, and this is the really exciting thing, Mr. Chair, this is the really exciting thing. It will eventually be able to distinguish between the various types of subordinate instruments. And members may not know, or some members may know, most won't, that there are disallowable instruments that are legislative, there are not disallowable instruments that are legislative, and there are ones that are disallowable but are not legislative. There's a whole variety of different types. And actually, members may laugh over the other side, but this stuff matters. This is really important, because the Regulations Review Committee has the power to recommend to Parliament whether or not something should be disallowable. This is actually really important. And up until the start of the ASIP project and the completion of the ASIP project, we did not have the ability to know where they were, and this will help.
Oh, Stuart Nash.